Happy New Year. Welcome to The Beer Table 2013.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully you've missed us as much as we've missed you, but we're back. And again, I'm John.
And I'm Gary.
I'm Tom.
And I'm Alan. And tonight we're doing a special show where we're back at McKay's Tap House, one of our favorite watering holes. And we're doing 4 years of Abyss by Dechute's Brewery. Dechute's Brewery is down in Bend, Oregon, and go ahead.
It's been around since 1988, and Dechute's has a big following, and they make some fabulous beers. If you haven't been there or you're not aware of them, go find them. They've got to be in a store near you. And this is one of their really cult status type beers. This is a really fun beer.
Yeah, this is the Abyss. It's a double Imperial Stout, which I encourage you to watch our Imperial show. Imperials being high octane. This is 11 proof on this one.
So is that what makes it a double, is being 11?
11 and
Rather than 9 or so, yeah.
Okay.
has
Double stout.
What is it? IBUs are 70.
Which is kind of crazy for a stout, it seems like.
It's really crazy, and you know, you get the higher octane beers, and you start losing that hoppy flavor. But
Right.
we've
But it
had this
still has
before,
it.
and they still
And
have
great
it.
idea, yeah. Kick up the IBUs so that as the thing ages, it's still got a little bit of that left when you're drinking it.
Right.
Yeah.
And we always gravitate towards high IBU beers. They're always, that's the higher the better. We seem to love those, 70, 80, 90 IBU beers.
They do, and this stuff puts hair on your head. These guys have not drank enough.
Wow.
So this beer
I'm gonna
was
have to
first
finish
brewed
mine.
in 2006. Like John said, it's a bit of a cult beer. I believe bottles of the 2006 are going for $50 on some internet pages. Some people have the full range from 2006 up in bottles. We're doing 4 years. Last 4 years tonight. Out of the cake, 2009 to 2012. Anyone else got anything else
Well,
to
this
say?
has to be rare. I can't imagine there's very many ale houses that have 4 years of the Abyss. We're
Right.
lucky here at McKay's Tap House that Dave is a hoarder of beers.
Yeah.
So I'm sure this is a rare thing. I can't imagine you can do this on tap.
Never seen it before. Never heard of it
To
before.
do a vertical of beers is not, I would imagine that it's not very common. You can do vertical of wines because they age well. These actually have done pretty well aging.
This beer is meant to be aged. Sorry, Tom. People age this beer in bottles and they hoard it because it's amazing beer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and the higher octane, it's going to age. This is going to age. So 09 is going to taste different today than it did when it came out in 09,
Yeah.
obviously. These beers, again, are double Imperial Stouts. So they're not going to taste like your garden variety stout. They're going to have a higher octane. They got higher IPUs. You're going to taste a little hop in it if you like the IPAs. And, I just think that I guess I would have to say in the arena, the Rasputins as opposed to the Guinnesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we're headed.
Even higher than Rasputin.
Yeah,
Well,
and this is not my first rodeo with the Abyss. This is a super complex beer. That's all there is to it. This has so much going on. I mean, it's hard to describe all the flavors that you're going to find in this thing.
It is.
Let's drink
yeah.
some 09.
Oh, I've been
speaking
drinking
of
the 09.
flavors,
Have you? You're already on it? Nice.
Well,
Lagging, boy.
the color of these things, you can hardly even see through it. Yeah, it's definitely standard dark
Oh,
stout.
that's just beautiful.
This is John's style of beer. It's
Absolutely.
big and it's sweet. And one of the things about this, the 09, to me, is that it has lost some of its hops. I don't get that hop. How about you, Gary?
no. I hate to use the word tired, but to me, and we've kind of cheated and tasted a little bit of these before, it's a little bit tired compared to the other ones, but it's still a great tasting beer. It's just when you compare it to
Yeah. Yes.
the others, I would say it's just a little bit tired at 4 years.
And you go on to the 10, which I've already done.
The 10.
To me, it's not a big difference, but it is a fantastic tasting beer. I mean, it has great coffee, licorice, a little molasses, some oak flavors to it.
Yeah.
I know Deschutes describes some of these beers having vanilla flavor, which is partaken from the oak because they do roast the oak barrels inside, and that's where you get that vanilla flavor.
It's amazing.
Sometimes it can be a little over oak, This one is really, really well balanced.
This is a beautiful beer. It is just a beautiful beer. And the nose is just aromatic. It's fabulous, and the taste is it's a taste explosion. It's a
and
beautiful beer.
complex. You know, up front, I'm especially 10 here, hit molasses right up front, but toward the tail end, you're getting that oaky vanilla, and so it's got a lot.
And this
going
one's
on.
got a lot more licorice to me than the 09.
Yeah.
I get that licorice right away, like Alan says, right away with that molasses and oak. I just get that licorice out of it, which I don't get as much out of the 09.
Yeah.
So I've gone on to the 11. I won't say anything until you guys have had some.
And dropping back to the 9, now tastes a little burnt.
Yeah.
A little bit burnt. But the 10 is just beautiful.
But I agree with Gary. The 9 tastes more tired than the 10.
Well, one thing I want to say right away about the 11 is it's lively. It jumps on your taste buds right away. A little bit more than the 10, but
I find it a little more one-dimensional, though. I'm not getting as many flavors from the 11 as I am from the 10.
I agree 1,000,000%.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, you know, having had these things, this flight of beers, this is my 3rd time since he's had them all on tap. And certainly they taste different based on their temperature.
You've had this 3 times.
Not tonight, but yeah. So it's not,
Oh, look
I
what
lied.
happened.
well, you know what did they post on the beer table with the
Dang it, Alan.
3 out of 4 beer drinkers agree that drinking beer makes you lose your hair?
To lose your hair.
Obviously, I'm not drinking enough.
At any rate, I think that as these things head towards room temperature, they get better for my palate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A beer this big gets better when it's served at cellar temperature.
You know what? Alan is absolutely right at this. I mean, some of you guys can argue that these beers really do have to be served maybe a little chilled, but not cold. I mean, I'm more partial to almost near room temperature because, man, the flavors just pop.
Yeah.
This isn't Budweiser. You don't have to have it cold so that you can't taste how bad it is.
Well, and it's not a normal stout either. It's an
no.
imperial.
What
that
really
bad?
strikes me is how different these beers are.
Budweiser felt that one in the hoo-haws.
These beers are so different that you could drink these if you blind tasted these separately.
think they were
you wouldn't
different.
think they were from the same brewery or the same genre. That they are completely different beers.
Now, 12
Now I'd like to know, is that what Dechute's is going for? Do they change the recipe a little bit every year to tweak them and make them different, or do they change themselves?
We're going to have to call them and
We're
find
gonna
out.
have to find out.
So, what do you guys think of the 12? Have you had the 12?
Yeah, I did. I just tried it.
what did you think?
I like the 12. The
You know
12
what?
is delicious.
It's good, but to me, it's a little bit more sweet. In fact, it's sweeter than the 9. It's still maybe a little bit on the young side. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know how I am with sweet
I know,
beers.
I know.
I like it. Sweet
It's
beer.
good. I like it, but right now, I've got to say the 10.
Again, the
Is-
10, for me, the 11's, I would say the 11's in the best condition for me, the best feel in the mouth. But the 10, like John said, is so much more complex. I mean, it's obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, those two.
It's a flavor sensation. I mean, you drink this 2010, and you're getting, like you say, you're getting all of
All
those,
of it,
and they're
yeah.
rolling over your palate.
You know what?
They're rolling. They're coming one
So
at
what
a time.
typically, as a beer ages, and we're talking 09's 4 years ago, what typically mellows out or wears off? Is it the malts? Is it the octane? It gets, you can't call it flat, but something starts to roll
Well, the
off as
condition,
it
yeah.
ages.
So the fermentation process produces CO2. So what you get is, as a beer is working, it's keeping itself lively. But once that process stops at some certain age, you're left with a beer, and then you're still left with the flavors and such. And if it's not infected, you've got a good beer. But you start to lose what I call the condition, which is that effervescence, that feel in your mouth. And that, to me, the 2009 has, like I say, it's just not as lively. It's lost a little of it. It's a little tired.
Well, so possibly one of the more popular imperial stouts is Rasputin. And you are going to find this is distinctly different than a Rasputin. It really is distinctly different. Brighter, It's Rasputin can even head to like towards a Guinness, a little foamier. These things they're like clear. They're just good, bright, high octane stouts.
They're really complex, though.
Yeah.
I mean, they're very
And the Old
complex.
Rasputin is a complex stout also, and it's an oatmeal stout. It's in this kind of style, but this is different. This is more complex and has more going on.
Yeah.
And it's why it's an expensive beer, no doubt about it.
So let's wrap it up quickly with what do you think? Our best
I think if you can find this beer in any year, you buy it, no matter what it costs.
in a bottle.
Yeah, holy cow.
Buy a keg of it and bring it home and just save it for yourself.
Well, that
Send
brings
us a message.
That brings
Yeah, go
to
get it.
mind, they release this beer typically in late November. One year was December, but it's Thanksgiving to Christmas is when this thing comes out each year.
It will disappear. If you find this beer in a bottle, you better buy it because it will disappear instantly from whatever shelf you're looking at it on.
Yeah.
So let's wrap it up with what do you think? What's your favorite one, John?
2010.
Mine
the
too.
2010 is smoothie smooth.
Oh,
It's got everything
trademark.
you ever want.
Complex.
It's complex. It's a flavor sensation.
Another trademark.
There you go.
Boom. There we go. God.
You agree?
Absolutely.
What do you say, Al?
Nailed it.
Well, I say pint or schooner. I'd do a pint of all of these, but not on the same night, of course.
You're going to get an afro.
Great beers. So, again, we want to thank you for watching our show again tonight. We've got a couple other shows in the hopper. We got our barley wine we're still walking through.
Oh yeah.
We've been
It's been a slow process.
seasonal beers we're working on for 2012-13. But again, couldn't pass doing this one. This is a rarity.
Yeah,
Four of these
absolutely.
Abyss at the same
Absolutely.
time.
And thank you to Dechute.
Wait a minute.
Thank you to Dechute for bringing us this product.
We forgot.
But
The scientist, what did you think?
on the beers,
Yeah.
yeah, same thing. 2010 for me.
As always, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for falling into this giant hole we call an abyss. You know what's going on.
There you go.
Thank you to Dave McKay for allowing us to film here. You guys got to check out Dechute's. These beers are fantastic. Check out our
you, Deschutes.
Facebook page. Give us a like, a thumbs up.
Tell us what you want us to review.
Absolutely. And as always, please drink responsibly.
Right on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.